This party was handed unexpected losses, first in Haryana, then in Maharashtra. The party has been scrambling to look for reasons for their rout. Number one on their list has been the poll process, with EVMs being the biggest villains. But now, a Congress leader has crossed all lines. Upset with the Maharashtra Assembly election results, senior Congress leader and MLC Bhai Jagtap has dubbed EC as a dog. The deputy leader of opposition in the Legislative Council compared the poll body to a canine sitting outside the Prime Minister's residence, acting as his pet, and refuses to relent despite huge backlash.
इलेक्शन कमीशन तो कुत्ता है, कुत्ता बनके नरेंद्र मोदी जी के बंगले के बाहर बैठते ये सारे जितनी भी एजेंसीज है जो हमारे लोकतंत्र को मजबूत बनाने के लिए बनाई गई है, दुर्भाग्य से उसका गलत इस्तेमाल करके आज पूरे देश में, महाराष्ट्र में ही नहीं तो ये लोकतंत्र के लिए घातक है। ये आजादी तो हमको मिलती है, हमारी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ने हमें आजादी दी है। अच्छा, इसमें कोई ऐसा कोई ये नहीं कि गाली गलौज तो नहीं किया गया है। मैं पुराने बयान पे इसलिए कायम हूं क्योंकि महाराष्ट्र की जनता ये कह रही है। मैं जनता की आवाज आप तक पहुंचाने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं और जनता को आप जैसे मुझे पूछ रहे, रैंडमली 100 लोगों को पूछी, मैं यकीन के साथ 80 लोग यही कहेंगे।
Now, interestingly, this is exactly what the Prime Minister spoke about while addressing BJP workers in Bhubaneswar. Hitting out at the Congress and the opposition parties, Prime Minister said that those who consider power as their birthright have not been able to hold power at the centre in the past 10 years and are therefore desperate. The Prime Minister said that this frustration of loss has led the opposition to reject all norms of democracy, mislead people to take the country in the wrong direction, and intensify its campaign of lies.
कि वो देश के खिलाफ साजिश करने में जुटे हैं, देश को गलत दिशा में ले जाने के लिए उन्होंने लोगों को गुमराह करना शुरू कर दिया। उनकी झूठ और अफवाह की दुकान पिछले 10 साल से चल रही है। हमें हर पल सतर्क रहना है और लोगों को जागरूक करते रहना है। हमें हर झूठ को बेनकाब करना है। सत्ता के ये भूखे लोग जनता से सिर्फ झूठ बोलते आए हैं। ये अपने कार्यकर्ताओं को भी झूठा दिलासा देने के लिए यही कर रहे हैं। मैं तो आप भी तो देखते होंगे ना, 2019 में जो चौकीदार उनके लिए चोर था, 2024 में आते आते वो ईमानदार हो गया और एक बार भी चौकीदार को चोर तो गाली नहीं पड़ी।
Now, Bhai Jagtap's comments has given BJP leaders fresh ammunition to corner the Congress party. BJP leaders have stepped up attack against the Congress, stating that this is the old habit of the Congress party to insult constitutional bodies and institutions.
Look, the Congress party today is getting increasingly frustrated because of the people of India repeatedly rejecting them. And when they are getting frustrated, they are resorting to abuse, they are resorting to lies, they are resorting to dividing the people. And so I do not blame this guy, this gentleman from Maharashtra Congress. He is essentially doing what Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi are doing. Waive the constitution on one hand, but on the other hand, constantly violate, berate and put down India's values, India's constitutional values, and violate them repeatedly.
All right, let's open this up and go across to our guests. We're joined by Shazia Elmi, BJP spokesperson. We have Advocate Sushil Vyas, Shiv Sena spokesperson. Dr. Nikul Patel, Congress leader, is joining us on the broadcast, along with Sanjay Gupta, UBT Sena leader. Dr. Nikul Patel, is this the manner in which an MLC should speak against the poll body of the country, equate it with a dog and say that it's acting like a dog sitting outside the residence of the Prime Minister as his pet?
See, any political leader or any person must not use any derogative or any kind of language which insults someone, and that we also are not agreeing to it. It may be his own personal stand and he's speaking on his own behalf, but that doesn't mean that entire Congress is thinking in that way. So I would like to request that don't consider this statement as for an entire Congress. We are always respecting, and as we are approaching the Election Commission, there are due concerns about some points which we have raised to the Election Commission, and Election Commission had given us.
But your High Command also constantly criticizes the Election Commission after every poll loss. Does that not give enough ammunition to the other netas in the party to go one step ahead, just like Mr. Bhai Jagtap has done? Also, sir, tell me if your top leaders have condemned this.
There are two parts: speaking not good words and criticizing it. Speaking not good words is not correct, that we accept it. But criticizing not anything is not correct. We have due right. If something is not happening in the way, then as our due right that this is not happening in the way it is happening. So if you say that government is working everything 100% well, then we will not criticize it. And there is no requirement of any.
There has to be a way to criticize. Also, has your High Command pulled up Mr. Bhai Jagtap? Anybody from the top rank, have they responded to this, condemned this?
We have put in a written request to the ECI in a democratic form, and whatever our representation was there, we have.
So the Congress Party's response is just disassociate yourself with such neta. Shazia Almi, do you think that's enough?
Absolutely shocking, and I can't imagine that this party thinks they can get away with it. There is not a single tweet by Rahul Gandhi or any of the senior leaders or Jairam Ramesh condemning this. Can you imagine the kind of language that is used? The rank, misbehavior, indiscipline, filthy language used only because they keep losing and losing. They do not have the grace to accept things as they are. They do not have the any kind of sagacity to figure out as to why they're going wrong every time. But they go on abusing the Election Commission's office, the Chief Election Commissioner. They keep questioning the efficacy of our electoral machines. I mean, what kind of nonsense is this? And how much will we tolerate this? I think you should show some respect to our democratic institutions. You just can't get away with it and say, oh, he feels this way.
But why do you think? But why do you think this? But why do you think this? It has come to this stage, Shazia Almi, because when the Congress Party wins the state of Telangana, or when they win in Karnataka,
speak against this man.
Okay, I'm not sure if Shazia you can hear me. When the Congress Party wins,
or make sure that you resign from all the three governments.
Okay, if you can hear me, Shazia, my question is, why has it come to this stage? Because when the Congress wins Telangana or Karnataka, we've never heard such criticism for the Election Commission. So all is well back then.
That's exactly my point. That is exactly my point. Look at the level of frustration. And if they actually believe it, if they actually believe, I will not use that filthy word, though, but used by this man, and in which context it was said, I will not say it. If you actually believe, and it's my challenge, not just to Jagdap Singh, but Rahul Gandhi, if you actually believe that there is some gadbad going on, that indeed there is some fault, why don't you resign straight away? Himachal, Karnataka and Telangana. I want you to prove it.
संजय गुप्ता, आप लोग तो INDI का हिस्सा हैं. आप कैसे देखते हैं इस बयान को? आपके एलाए हैं कांग्रेस पार्टी. एक सेकंड, आपके एलाए कांग्रेस पार्टी, उनके एक नेता ने जो बयान दिया है, आई एम श्योर यू नो ऑफ इट. हाउ डू यू रिस्पॉन्ड टू इट? संजय गुप्ता जी.
देखिए, एक अलायंस में होने का मतलब ये नहीं कि किसी की गलत बात का भी हम समर्थन करेंगे. अगर ये कुछ कहना चाहिए शायद
संजय गुप्ता जी अपनी बात रखिए.
देखिए, हम कांग्रेस के साथ गठबंधन में जरूर है, मगर इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि उनकी गलत बात का भी हम समर्थन कर देंगे. जिस तरह से इन्होंने कहा कि इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया कुत्ता है, तो मैं तो ये कहूंगा कि अगर वो कुत्ता है तो उनका पट्टा क्यों बांध के बैठे अपने गले के अंदर. वापिस कर दे अपनी MLC की सीट को, कहे कि भाई ये कुत्ते का पट्टे को मैं नहीं बांधना चाहता. तो हम EVM पर भी जिस तरह से हमारे कुछ साथी सवाल उठा रहे हैं, उसके भी हम खिलाफ हैं, क्योंकि EVM का मामला जो है वो सिर्फ कहने वाली बात है. 2014 में जो बीजेपी की सीटें आई थी, वो आई थी 282 सीटें, और 2019 में आई थी 303 सीटें. अगर EVM में कुछ होता तो
एक मिनट, आप लोग एक ही आप लोग इंडिया का हिस्सा है, लेकिन सबकी बातें अलग अलग। शरद पवार ने कहा है कि उनके पास कोई प्रूफ तो नहीं है, लेकिन वो कह रहे हैं कि कुछ तो गड़बड़ी जरूर है। और संजय राउत ने जिस तरह से क्रिटिसाइज किया सर, वो बात किसी से छुपी हुई नहीं है। आई वांट टू ब्रिंग इन मिस्टर व्यास। मिस्टर व्यास, इज एवरीबडी नाउ एक्टिंग होलियर देन दाउ आफ्टर व्हाट भाई जगताप हैज सेड इन द पास्ट? वी नो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ स्टेटमेंट्स हैव बीन गिवन अगेंस्ट द इलेक्शन कमीशन एंड द ईवीएम्स एज वेल। आज हर कोई कह रहा है कि नहीं, हम इस तरह से क्रिटिसाइज नहीं कर रहे हैं, हमारी तो भाषा शैली कुछ और थी।
It is very unfortunate the senior leader like Ashok Rao, that is popularly known as Bhai Jagtap, who was president of Mumbai Congress about 2 years back, is speaking like this in such a derogatory language. Nobody will support that. But everything said and done. One of the strongest pillar of our democracy is judiciary. The highest court of this land, Supreme Court of India, has decided 3 days back about this EVM. There's nothing wrong with EVM. When you win, there's a comment is not of Shiv Sena or Sushil Vyas or some NDA allies. This is a comment given by Supreme Court of India while delivering the judgment, saying that when you lose, you condemn EVM. When you win, you just keep quiet and say, okay, elections was okay, we won because of our support. So this way, we can't survive, and there is no reason. In absence of strong proof, there is no reason to discontinue with EVM. With technology development, we must go ahead.
So is there desperation and frustration after even the top court has said, you know, that EVM tampered when you lose? That was the comment that came in. That Mr. Bhai Jagtap has resorted to this? Or has he been emboldened because the High Command is not going to pull him up? He knows that perhaps.
What if internal the High Command will do with him or this derogatory statement, that is their internal matter. Now please give me 30 seconds to explain this EVM. Now once the notification comes out, in each and every constituency, each and every candidate has been given a chance to see that how this EVM for individual booths are programmed. They invite agents for each and every candidate. Please come and sit here when we are programming for. And number two, on the day of election at 5:50 in the morning, they call each and every polling agent.
I have to wrap up, Mr. Vyas, but I get your point. I get your point that you're saying this is frustration and desperation. After losing elections, they point fingers at the EVM. But what Bhai Jagtap has said, he's crossed all the lines. And if the High Command of the Congress party is aware of it, no reaction so far, no condemnation, that makes the BJP question the double standards of the Congress, Dr. Patel. And I think the High Command should wake up, smell the coffee and respond to what Bhai Jagtap has said. Thank you very much to our guests. Thank you for joining us on the broadcast with your perspective.